everyone, welcome back to Learn with CJ, your go-to channel for learning something new every day. Today we're talking about something that most students, writers, and professionals need to be aware of: plagiarism. Ever copied something from the internet and thought no one's going to notice? Well, think again. Plagiarisms can have big consequences. So let's see, what is plagiarism? It's when you take someone else's work, ideas, or words and present them as your own without giving them credit. Imagine a person writing a song, and then another person takes it, claims it as their own, and makes money from it. Not fair, right? Well, that's plagiarism. Now, depending on the type of institution you're in, plagiarism can lead to some very serious punishment. You might even get reduced or fail marks on your assignment. In some cases, you might be suspended, and in extreme cases, you might even get expelled. So, yeah, it's really not worth the risk. So, let's move on to the types of plagiarism. There are a lot of kinds of plagiarism, but I've narrowed it down to the 5 most common types of plagiarism. It includes direct plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, aside plagiarism, self or auto plagiarism, and source-based plagiarism. Now, let's have a closer look on each type of plagiarism. The first one is direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism is when you copy someone's work word to word without even citing them. No changes, no credits, just pure copy-paste. Let's look at an example. Now, here, in the original source, we have a sentence. In the next line, we have another sentence without proper citation and without any modifications. Now, this is considered as one of the most serious forms of plagiarism, and this is direct plagiarism. The correct way to write this would be to cite the author and modify the text from the original version. The second kind of plagiarism is called paraphrasing plagiarism. And paraphrasing plagiarism happens when you rewrite something in your own words but without proper citation. Just changing a few words doesn't make it your own idea. Let's have another example. Now, in the first example, we have a line. In the next line, we have a modified version of the original source, but it doesn't have a proper citation. Now, this is an example of paraphrasing plagiarism. The correct way to address this is modifying the original text and also citing the author. Moving forward to the mosaic plagiarism. This is when you take different sentences from multiple sources and mix them together and think it's original. But if you don't cite those sources, it's still plagiarism. This is one of the most common forms of plagiarism. Let's have an example. Now, in the two original sources, we have two different sentences. In the next line, we have a combination of the two paraphrased but without a citation. This is called mosaic plagiarism. The correct way to address this would be to modify the sentence and give them proper citation, even if it's from two different authors. The next type of plagiarism is called self or auto plagiarism. Now, this means reusing one's own previously published or submitted work without proper citation or without citation at all. This is common in academic settings where students are asked to submit the same paper for different courses. And yes, if you reuse your own work and submit it as new without mentioning it, it's still called plagiarism. The correct way to do it would be to cite your previous work if you are reusing it, rewrite ideas and add new insights, which would be both ethical and acceptable. Let's move on to the last type of plagiarism: source-based plagiarism. Source-based plagiarism means citing incorrect or non-existent sources. It can also mean misrepresenting or distorting a source's content, making up a reference that doesn't exist, or altering research findings would count as source-based plagiarism. The correct way to do this would be by always verifying sources and accurately representing your research findings. It is important to avoid plagiarism to build credibility, to protect yourself from any sort of legal issues, to encourage young researchers develop creativity and critical thinking, and finally, to boost academic and professional integrity. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Learn with CK. Comment below if you want me to explain some of the terms or concepts. See you in the next video. Bye.